celebrating the positive things.
Hi, this is Paula B, and welcome to Positive Reality. Today, I'm at Martin's Soul Food in Chesapeake, hanging out with David Washington, who's running for City Council of Chesapeake. How are you, and happy birthday?
Hey, thank you so much. Very glad to be here. I'm happy that you're here, and we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time tonight.
Yeah, we are going to have a good time. People are rolling in. We got a DJ over here. We are really going to have a nice time.
Yes, yes.
So, tell me a little bit about your background.
Well, originally I was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. The Navy brought me here, like many. Before that, I worked for the Obama campaign in 2008 and again in 2012, and then I took on the responsibility of being Ella Ward's her campaign manager. All the while I was in school at Norfolk State University, where I got my degree in political science, and graduated top of my class. So since then, got married, started a family, moved to Chesapeake, and it's been life in Chesapeake ever since.
Okay, and I know that you really love and are passionate about Chesapeake. Tell me why
Absolutely.
you want to run for City Council.
Well, why I want to run for city council is I went to a city council meeting one day, and actually, in fact, it was around this time last year, and the school teachers were talking about their pay and struggles that they were going through. And I told myself, I said, David, you need to run for city council. You need to be an active participant in the process, and really fighting for and being an advocate for those who are struggling in the city of Chesapeake. We have our police officers and our school teachers. The average school teacher and a police officer in the city of Chesapeake is making around $46,000 a year. The cost of living in the city of Chesapeake is around $52,000, and you see where that disparity happens. And when I see a school teacher telling me I have a master's degree in education, I have a bachelor's degree in mathematics, but I have to go somewhere else, and I can't be a teacher anymore because I can't afford to live in this city, that's a problem for me. And I said, we need to have people on city council that are fighting for them. We're here, Martin Soul Food, that's in South Norfolk. I want to be a champion and advocate for South Norfolk as well. I live in this community, and I want them to understand that when it comes to the capital plan, when it comes to the vision and looking at how Chesapeake needs to be moving forward, we need to include South Norfolk, we need to include Western Branch, we need to include Deep Creek. It just can't just be about Greenbrier and Great Bridge. We have to look at Chesapeake as a whole and be a champion and an advocate for those communities.
All right, and tell me about some of the changes you want to make, because your slogan is you want to make a change.
Right. Well, it's all about advocacy, and look at the budget. Chesapeake has a $1.3 billion budget, second only to Virginia Beach. Virginia Beach has around 1.8, and it's really Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, and then everybody else when it comes to operating budgets. But when I look at the Human Services Department for the city of Chesapeake, for example, which I'm the chairman of the Human Services Advisory Board. When I look at their budget is significantly lesser than communities like Portsmouth, Newport News, Hampton, and that's an issue for me, because the Department of Human Services really deals with everyday people. They really help people out in a time of need. And when I see that, okay, Portsmouth, Hampton, Newport News, they have significantly lower operating budgets, but they have a higher human service budget than Chesapeake does, I have a problem with that. And it's not about Democrat, Republican, because the reddest of all Reds communities, which is Virginia Beach, their human services budget is higher than everybody's. So it's about taking care of people. It's about being an advocate for people. And I want to bring change in that fashion, to just be an advocate for people. And also, when it comes to the African American communities in Chesapeake, when I look at the schools, in terms of the infrastructure, we have schools in our African American communities that the paint, it looks like they haven't even been painted in years. People have been told me in Deep Creek, in Hickory, down in Hickory, of the overcrowding issues. We got to champion those things. We got to really sit down and really come up with solutions to those things and stop kicking the can. That's a lot of things that's been going on in Chesapeake when it comes to city council leadership, is that they just want to just kick the can, delay, and then nothing gets done. So I just want to get on council and really be the fighter and the advocate for those communities.
Well, I definitely hear that passion, that drive, and I know you're ready to make that change.
Absolutely.
I can hear it in you. And tell me, who are some of your endorsements?
Well, the endorsements are coming in. They're coming in fast. Initially, we were endorsed by Nichelle Buffalo. Nichelle Buffalo is a community leader. She's been praised by the mayor of Chesapeake for her work in the community. She's endorsing me. She lives right here in South Norfolk. Jeff Staples. So on the other side of it, Jeff Staples, who's a community leader out there in southern Chesapeake, down there in Hickory, he's endorsing me. We also have the majority of all the labor unions have come out and endorsed me. So the shipyard has stepped up, and the shipyard has said we want David Washington to be on city council. That's the Boilermakers union, the iron workers, the electrical workers, I'm missing one. But all the labor unions, with the exception of the AFL-CIO, which I will be meeting with them April 25th, and I will be getting their endorsement. So all the trades have come up and stepped up and decided that we're going to back David Washington, as well as the former Chesapeake Mayor Ward, and Delegate Lionel Spruill, and also Delegate Dawn Hester. They've all stepped up and said, we're going to support David Washington for City Council. And last but most definitely not least, my main girl, Councilwoman Ella Ward, who has been one of my number one supporters and number one backers since we moved to Chesapeake. She had the vision and understanding that we needed to have more diversity on City Council. Right now, she's the only African American on City Council, and she saw my potential. And for the past 4 years, we have come together, and we have really come up with a plan and strategy. But to be at this point, so this isn't a fly-by-night situation. I've been working in the community in Deep Creek, and in Dunedin, which is Western Branch, and in South Norfolk, and in Great Bridge. I have went to their Civic League meetings. I've talked to their leaders, and so they know me. And I wanted them to understand that it was important for them to know me, have a relationship with me, so that when this time came, it wouldn't be, why is he, who is he, why is he running? I wanted to have that relationship with their leadership, and to let them know that, hey, I'm here fighting for you, I'm here advocating for you, whether you know it or not. I'm out here fighting for you.
And that's what they need to know, that you're fighting for them.
Absolutely.
So I need to know, give me a couple of fun facts about David Washington.
Fun facts. I love basketball to the heart. I am an avid basketball fan. I love my daughter. My daughter's my whole world. She got me. I'm a total, daddy's. She's a daddy's girl, and so anything that she does to me is great. She can get away with murder. I'm really scared of what it's gonna look like when she's 16. She's 2 now, so when she's 16, I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. But with that, and I have a beautiful wife, and our relationship is great in terms of we just feed off of each other, and we just have that awesome bond of just playful and just laugh and joke and just having a good time. You'll be amazed when you come to my house. We just sit around and sit on the couch, watch movies, and just talk about just regular stuff. People think, you're dealing with politics or a politician, you always assume, well, we talk about politics all the time. Come to my house, we rarely talk about politics. We're talking about, just sitting around talking about movies, talking about life.
Right, because home is where the heart is. Right. And when you're at home, you're at home.
Right. So that's what we do. But other than that, just my passion for people, and that's who I am, and that's what I'm about.
Okay, if you had to summarize it, what do you really want the people to know?
That I care. That I truly, truly care about their needs and their concerns. When it comes to Deep Creek, when it comes to the flooding issues in Deep Creek, I want to find solutions for those things. When it comes to economic development in Western Branch and South Norfolk, I really want to find answers for those things. I really want to help fight and champion their issues. One of the things that I want to do is once this whole election thing is over with and I'm sitting on City Council, I promise the churches, I promise the civic leagues that you will not just see my face only during election time. You will see my face after the election's over with. because we're going to build bridges and we're going to talk about things that we want to do in the city of Chesapeake, so we can have that relationship and that rapport. Because I don't want people to think that, okay, here he is, we got him on city council, so the next time we'll see him 4 years from now. I want people to say, okay, I know David Washington, I know his family, I knew his little girl when she was a baby, and we saw her from day one. So once people have that relationship with me, I just feel like that's important, because I want people to feel like, I'm not family, but I'm the next thing to it.
And I asked around, I was going to ask about you, and the one thing everybody tells me is that you're very approachable.
Yes.
Very hands-on.
Yes.
And like to roll up your sleeves, get your hands dirty,
Right.
and get really involved in the community.
Right.
That's the consensus I receive.
Right.
That's great.
And that's what it is. That's what it's about. You can't, a lot of politicians, when they get into office, they just sit back and they let their handlers deal with it, or they'll tell you, oh, I'll get back to you, or give me your phone number. No, if you call me, and I pick up the phone. You don't go to 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6 people to get in touch with me. So it's about that one-on-one relationship. There are certain civic leaders in Chesapeake that don't want you to come in and talk about politics. So I respect that, but what I do is I'll sit in on the meetings, and I just want to listen to what's going on. So I just want them to see my face. Because to me that's important. I just want you to know that I'm in the room, and I'm fighting for you, and I'm truly here to listen to your concerns and your needs and what you want to deal with. I've spoken in support of the school teachers. I've spoken in support of the police department. They didn't ask me to do that. I did it on my own. Why? Because I felt like it was important. And that was even before I even decided to officially run for city council. I was doing that because I just felt like, as the president of the Chesapeake Men for Progress, if I'm going to be the president of an organization that's about progress, then I also need to be championing issues in Chesapeake that are also about moving Chesapeake forward in progress.
I hear you. I know you're going to do a phenomenal job.
Absolutely.
I know you're going to win.
Absolutely.
I don't even live in Chesapeake, but I would vote for you.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for
Thank
taking
you.
time with me. I'm getting ready to get the festivities started for your birthday.
Thank you.
And I wish you the absolute best.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Change for Chesapeake.
Change for Chesapeake.
Is voting for David Washington.
Absolutely.
It's all about making that change.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, take care.
I'm hanging out with Anthony Dennis, David Washington's communications director.
Correct.
Did I get all of that right?
You got it absolutely right. You got it all right.
How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. I just want you guys to know that Anthony is like totally amazing. We met, I think, like one time and became best buds after that. I think communications is definitely his thing.
Oh, yeah.
I think that you're awesome. Tell me a little bit about David and why you're supporting him.
Oh man, it's amazing. David is amazing. We actually met about 2 years ago. Our daughters are 6 days apart, and we actually met at church. We was having the same new partners class, and me and my wife was sitting in front, and him and his wife was sitting in the back. And she began talking about their birthing story and all the challenges they went through. And my wife and I was sitting there like, whoa, the stories were identical. So as it was church, and the bishop was like, hey, you guys should talk. So right after the meeting, we sat down, we spoke, and within 5 minutes of conversation, David went right into, man, let me tell you what's going on in Chesapeake, and I want to do more for the schools, we got to do more for the community, it's not enough going on here, I have so many plans, a vision. I'm like, wait a minute, David, I live in Virginia Beach. And so, but from that day, our families just stay really close, because our daughters are so close to each other. And from there, we just build a relationship and a friendship. And I told him, I said, it got to the point where I just see the passion. And you get, I think of who was it, Don King. He said when someone is on fire, the world will come and see him burn. And his fire was so, I just gravitated so much. I said, man, I don't care what you're doing. I believe we're brothers. So if this is where you want to go, I'm going to support you 100%. And so when he told me he's officially run, I said, what you need me to do? He said, I need you to run communication for me. I said, enough said. You know, I asked twice. I'm with you all the way. I'm going to get you in city council and then where else you want to go. Because I believe someone with a passion of this magnitude, that God had to put a blessing on there, and then it's going to keep growing. We're going to go council, we're going to go delegate, wherever he wants to go, I'm going to support him and get in there.
You're just going to take that ride.
I'm going to ride all the way with him.
Hey. If he as I told him that I spoke with so many people about him, and one of the things that they admire about him the most is that he's hands-on.
Yes. Yes. He's one of the guys that in the meetings, he's not like I'm not going to say. He generally controls the meetings. He gets out there. One of the things that I admire about him the most, you think I'm a people's person. David's definitely a people's person because he was going to meet churches like months before he decided that he was going to run for council. Just to realize that he has to have that reach to people. He didn't want them to feel so comfortable that it's not, he's not running for council, He's running for council for you. So if you have an issue, feel comfortable to come talk to him, not because he's his own council, because he's David Washington and he believes in what you have. He believes in your schools, your children, the vision you have for your community. That's what his campaign is about, is a building for the people of Chesapeake. And it's, I was like a novice to politics prior to meeting him. Like, I was one like many, just like, hey, I'll vote for the president. And that's pretty much about the attention you're going to get from me when you go to politics. But it changed after I sat with him. Our team is full of people like Glenn Francis, Kyla Hodges, Jacob, and Matthew. And I watched the passion they have in politics. And then I started paying attention to just the things that matter. Like, Congress may have a say-so about those schools as a whole, but it's the local cities that say when the votes get changed. Well, who's making those decisions? Council. How's council get elected? People vote. Wait a minute, council's kind of limited, with diversity. What's going on? Which not people are not getting out there and voting. So if I say anything to people, one thing I say is get out there and vote. Your local elections matter. You got to get out there. You got to speak your piece. You got to say your voice. They got to hear your voice. If you don't get out there and make your voice known, then we can't. Voting for the president is great, but it's not very often the president on a regular basis come and see what kind of schools your children are going to every day. But these local politicians do, and they need to know what's going on. Local elections matter. People need to get out there May 3rd, get out there and vote. And I'm not plugging just for one. They need to get out there and vote. It's a right that we must exercise.
Yeah, we must exercise. So May 3rd,
May 3rd, local elections matter. Get out there May 3rd and vote. David Washington, first and foremost, but get out there and vote. That's the most important thing.
We're all about that change.
Yes.
David Washington.
Yes. Change for Chesapeake.
Change for Chesapeake. That's the slogan. Change for Chesapeake.
Peace. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
I have the privilege of hanging out with Glenn Francis, who is David Washington's campaign manager. How are you?
I'm doing great, It's an excellent event to help David celebrate his birthday, and also as we continue to build the momentum as he runs for the city council here in the city of Chesapeake. I'm just going to say David is an energetic, very visionary young man. He has a lot of skill set. He's worked on, of course, President Obama's campaign. That's what brought him here to the Hampton Roads area, and he's now brought those skill sets to the table to want to make Chesapeake an even greater place to live and work.
How difficult is it being a campaign manager?
It can be extremely difficult if you look at it from that vantage point. But I enjoy the political process. I've been doing this now for over 30 years. I've had the privilege to be campaign manager for some successful races in Portsmouth, as well as doing some things at the state level. So for me, it's exciting. I love the process. I love people. I believe in having a great community, so I want to be involved at every level.
So it's all about the change for Chesapeake.
Absolutely.
Change for Chesapeake.
Looking forward to you voting for David Washington on May 6th. So please be there and for support. David Washington is an excellent candidate. Thank you so much.
Change for Chesapeake.
Change for Chesapeake. Thank you.
I am hanging out with Kyla, because I had to make sure I don't say Kayla. It's Kyla Hodges.
Yes.
Who is 24 years old and who is in charge of the volunteers for the David Washington campaign. And I think that's an amazing job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And tell me how you got involved with the campaign.
I met David. He was involved with the presidential election that was going on, and I met him that way. And he is dedicated to, Chesapeake and things like that. And I adore that, because that's something that I want to do as well in the future. So that's how I met David.
You from Chesapeake?
Yes, I went to Oscar Smith 2009. So I've been here in Chesapeake majority of my life, maybe since I was 9 years old. So it's very dear to my heart, this place.
Okay, and I've been asking everybody what would they like to see change in Chesapeake. You're 24 years old.
Yes.
And I know that you guys do things differently. Your age group, which is true.
Yes.
What change would you like to see in Chesapeake?
Well, there's two things that I do want to see change in Chesapeake. I think that this area that we're in right now here at Martin's Soul Food, South Norfolk, Deep Creek, things like that, I think we need to be a little bit more compassionate for these cities, for this little town around here, because they don't really have that much representation. That's why I really like David. He doesn't mind, speaking up for the little people. And also, I want to see a lot more younger people involved in politics. We're scared about it because we don't really know what's going on, but it's your future. This is what it's for us. So yes, so those two things I want to see change in Chesapeake, and I think David can do that. I know David can do that.
You better do it. She's confident. I like that. You know what you know.
Yes.
That is amazing. Change for Chesapeake.
Yeah, so if you want to get involved with David's campaign, I think we're doing some good things. We're in social media. You might see him on Facebook for David Washington for Chesapeake City Council. He's on Twitter, Facebook. We're really doing something different around here. He also has a campaign page as well. So what we're doing is we're doing the old-fashioned way as well. We're knocking on doors. We're doing phone banking and things like that. So do it every Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I know because I'm the person that's out there knocking on doors, and that's the way that people understand that we are serious. We really want to speak to everyone. We want to know their problems. If there's anything that they want to see done, let us know. That's what we want to do. So so just let us know if you want to be involved. Okay?
She's gonna be a great politician.
Maybe one day. I don't know.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed talking to you.
All right, thank you so
And good
much.
luck to you.
Thank you for supporting us. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Change for Chesapeake is a vote for David Washington.
Hey Jake, how are you?
Good, you?
I'm doing well. Jake is an ODU student, lives in Chesapeake, and volunteers to help David Washington help make a change for Chesapeake. How are you, Jake?
Pretty good.
And tell me how you got involved in the campaign and why.
Well, I actually met David about a year ago at a city council meeting. All the teachers and a lot of students were there advocating for their first pay raise in about 7 years, and David was there too, and that's how we met up, and I've been helping him out ever since, getting involved in local politics, trying to make a difference in Chesapeake, trying to make sure teachers and schools are funded right, our roads are funded right, and we have opportunity for us millennials and young people here.
So, speaking about the young people, how many young people do you think are involved in politics today? Is it growing because it's changed so much?
It is growing, but it's not enough.
It's not enough.
Yeah.
So how do you think you can get young people involved?
Well, we've got to show them how the issues affect them, how everything from their high school to their college to the roads they drive on, the jobs they want, everything like that is affected by politics, and everything that they care about is affected by politics. If you want to move somewhere, if housing's not affordable, that's because of politics.
Now, young people don't vote because they think their vote does not matter.
Yeah.
You want to elaborate on that?
Well, local elections like the one David's running in are very low turnout, so a few hundred votes here or there, even a few dozen votes, can change the dynamic of the election. I worked for a House of Delegates candidate, Susan Hippen, last year. The guy she ran against, he won originally by something like 17 votes, so your vote really does matter, even if you don't think it does.
So, again, Jake, just let everybody know, May 3rd, a vote for change is a vote for David Washington. Right?
Yep. Yeah. Vote May 3rd.
May 3rd. You heard it from Jake. Thanks, Jake.
Thank you.
Ran into George Reed, who is a big supporter of David Washington, and he has something to say. How are you, Mr. Reed?
I'm doing fine today,
Good.
and I'm real happy to be here. I'm excited about David's candidacy. I'm a 41-year resident of Chesapeake, the South Norfolk area, and I'm real happy to see someone who I feel will represent our interests in terms of the economic development and developing more cultural and recreational activities, not only here in South Norfolk, but throughout the city. I think David is going to be very good for the city. He has a forward-looking vision for our city, and I think you can vote for him and help us to change Chesapeake.
Great job, Mr. Reed. Thanks so much for stopping by and taking some
Thank
time.
you.
Okay.
My pleasure. Vote for David Washington.
Hi, I have met Brian Wells, who does something totally amazing. He is the co-founder of P40, well, I like it, which is Professionals Under 40. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing today?
I can't join because I'm over 40.
Oh, yes, you can. We have our P40 mentors that we're going to be launching soon, and they are, the people that have the experience and have the background to support the Under 40 network.
And tell me a little bit about your foundation. It sounds amazing.
Yes, Professionals Under 40 Network. We are Hampton Roads' first Under 40 network, and our mission is inspiring and also celebrating the next generation of talented and community-oriented professionals. So we put a large emphasis on giving back, and the co-founder, Scott Medina, and I, we really looked at what it is to give back to the community and what it does for you professionally and personally. And when we found that out, we had to put our peers onto it. And it's been a great thing. It's been thriving. We're 7 months old, and we're projected to hit 200 members by August.
Wow. So tell me how you met David Washington.
I met David at one of our fundraising events for Montero Medical Missions, where we raised $1,211 for Montero in a matter of just a couple hours, networking at a happy hour networking event. And that's the power of networking for a cause.
Now, do you live in Chesapeake?
Yes, I live in Greenbrier.
Okay, so David's slogan is a change for Chesapeake. What would you like to see change in Chesapeake?
What I would like to see change in Chesapeake and all throughout Hampton Roads in general is people coming together, all races, all cultures and backgrounds coming together and working towards a common goal to make our region something that's more powerful. So that we don't have young professionals and entrepreneurs going to Raleigh or going to North Carolina to start their lives. That right here in Hampton Roads, you have a growing community that you can thrive in. And I believe that David Washington represents that.
So May 3rd, change for Chesapeake.
Get out there and vote.
Get out there and vote.
Yes,
That was
ma'am.
a very nice video, and I want to ask you one more question. If someone wants to join your organization or become a part of your organization, how can they get in contact with you?
Yes, if you'd like to join P40 or learn more information, you can go to www.p40network.com, and you can also check us out on Facebook, Professionals Under 40 Network.
Let me have that one more time.
That is p40network.com, and you can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Professionals Under 40 Network.
Hit him up. It sounds like that's an amazing organization. Now that he said I can be a part of it, I'm definitely going to hit him up on the website. You got me. Thank you so much. It was nice talking to you, Brian.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I got feels, y'all. Happy birthday. Clap it up. Everyone thank you, Kate. Once again, we want to thank you guys for coming together and celebrating
Celebrating the positive things.